What's up, y'all? My name is Eli Serpent, and here are some smart saving hacks for students going into college. Okay, so the first tip I have is learn how to cut your own hair. I've been cutting my hair for like the past 2 years, and it saved me so much money. It's like not even funny. But you don't even have to be the best at it. Just get yourself some clippers and a razor, and just be able to line yourself up and make you look presentable. And then you'll be able to save like probably like $20 every 2 weeks, and that's gonna even like it's gonna blow you away how much money you'll be able to save. So I have these pairs of clippers right here. They cost me like $50 on Amazon. Nothing crazy. I'm just able to like shape myself up and do anything I really need. So yeah, get yourself some clippers. All right. So the second item I have is a reusable water bottle. So this is important because you don't have to constantly be buying packs of water, but you can just fill this up. And also, if you're a Gatorade guy like myself, you can use Gatorade packets, which cost way less than actual like Gatorade bottles, and you can just fill it up and be able to reuse it, and it's going to save you some money. Another tip: buy all of your textbooks and everything you need for school used. A lot of these things have been passed down and they're in great condition, and they're usually in your library, or you can just talk to a professor in your department and they'll be able to give you or guide you to where you'd find the textbook or book, and just buy it used, because buying a fresh new one, they're usually have crazy expensive prices, and just you can just get the same like version and same quality if you just go and buy it used, because usually they're not beat up, usually they're in perfect condition. So just go ahead and buy it used, and you'll be able to save a lot of money. Another tip: be a part or help out with sororities and fraternities. A lot of those groups have different events where they're trying to promote something, and they usually have food there and they're handing out drinks and stuff like that. So being able to either participate or going to help out, you're probably going to have access to a lot of that food. So then you can have a free meal for that day and maybe able to take some home. And then you have a free meal for a few days. Another thing with events: go to all the activities that your school is putting on, like the freshman orientation and all the other club organization things, because there you will find a lot of merchandise, we'll find a lot of food, and I already talked about that, but things also like book bags and notebooks and just stuff like that, where it's, convenient, it's very convenient, you don't have to pay for it yourself, you're just getting it from all these events. So this is probably the most important tip you need to do: learn how to budget your money. Obviously you're gonna have to spend money eventually. You're gonna be an adult, you're gonna be in the real world, you're gonna have to actually spend your money, but learn how to budget. Me personally, I use my notes app to budget, and I'm able to like track everything, track how much money I'm spending, track about how much money I'm getting, and that'll like help me, figure out what I want to do with my money and how to, equally diverse it and put it into things I'm actually gonna need. For example, you wanna have two separate sections: one for budgeting and one for spending. Obviously, in your spending tab, you're gonna have stuff like food, spending money on food, going out to eat. Then you have stuff like spending on yourself, like getting clothes, buying certain merchandise, stuff like that. And then also like subscriptions, to like Hulu, Netflix, stuff like that. And then you want to have your budgeting one for if you have a job, the money coming in. And then you can kind of compare those two and see how much is going in, how much is going out. You can see how much money you have to play with, how much you want to save, and stuff like that. Another tip: start saving as soon as possible. Put your money in investments so they can grow it for you. You don't have to be going out here, getting all these jobs, trying to do all these things. We can just invest in companies, and then the money will grow for you. You might say you're too young, but no, you're not too young. As soon as possible, you should start investing your money and saving up. And then eventually, when you're probably 20 years old in college, you'll see that all this money has been just waiting for you just because you put it in when you're younger. The sooner you can do it, start saving and investing. Another tip for the younger college students: I know it's very tempting to go out every weekend. It's your first year in college, first taste of freedom, but you don't have to go out every weekend. Sometimes you can stay inside, save up your money, study, do whatever you got to do, but going out every weekend is not a good habit, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. Another tip: have your own set of food so you're not always going out to eat. One of those things is that if you're always going out to eat, you're going to burn up your money real quick. So going to the store and having your own food at your dorm or wherever you stay is going to be way more efficient. And then say if you get hungry, and instead of going out, you can just go back to your dorm and eat your own food. And say you're about to go out to eat for a night and you don't want to spend a lot of money, you can eat beforehand so you're not as hungry whenever you're out, and then you can come home and eat some more food. So then that's 2 times you save money from going out by just eating at home. So another tip I have is, if you're going to one of those bigger campuses where you need to be able to like go on a bike or a scooter, bring your own bike. Paying for the bikes at the campuses is not optimal, it's not efficient. The prices keep on getting more and more like pricier and expensive. So bring your own bike and don't use the scooters or the bikes because they're way too expensive. Those are my tips and tricks for saving money in college. Hope you guys have a great first semester. Peace.